10, 9, ignition sequence start, 6.
Hello, and welcome to Rocket Fuel, your daily update of everything that's happening in the Rocket Pool community. My name is Wack. Today is February 14th, and happy Starknet Day. So let's get started with what that means. So here we have a tweet from Fizz that came out this morning. He says, "It finally happened. A major airdrop provided significant rewards to solo and home stakers. We really appreciate your acknowledgement, Starknet. Stake from home." And then Jasper pretty quickly afterwards got involved as well, saying, "Attention, if you are an early Rocket Pool node operator, you may have Stark to claim. Decentralization can be winning." Now, what are they talking about? Well, Starknet is a layer 2 solution on Rocket Pool. It is famous because it is a ZK rollup. However, it's not using Solidity as the language. It is using something called Cairo instead. So it's like a new flavor of layer 2 layer 2 rollup that is, ZK as well, like zero knowledge, uses zero knowledge proofs. So it's not like Arbitrum and Optimism that use optimistic fraud proofs. This uses ZK technology. So here they've got the information about their airdrop. It says introducing the Starknet provisions program. So this is from their official Medium account, and there's a Twitter account as well, but we're going to talk about that in a bit. So it says the TLDR, they're going to launch the token, the first round of their tokens. They've got 700 million Stark tokens to give out to 1.3 million addresses. So this is a portion of the 900 million Stark dedicated to the provisions program out of a total of 1.8 billion Stark dedicated to the community in total. So they're here talking about their tokens, and you can claim your tokens by going to provisions.starknet.io. Please make sure you get that URL from a reputable source, and I'll talk about that in a bit, why that's the case. But it says that Stark will become available for claiming through the provisions program on Starknet mainnet starting 12 p.m. UTC on February the 20th, 2024. So in a week's time, you'll be able to claim your tokens on the Starknet through the provisions portal, and you'll be able to get all that done. There is, however, so that's the way it works. So what you'll do is you'll go to your provisions website and you'll put in the address, and then you'll probably have to sign something with the address and get the tokens for the address. Now, there is, however, a problem with this. So let's talk about what the problems are. Actually, before we talk about the problems, let's talk about what people are getting, right? So here there's a breakdown of the airdrop. So you get 500 to 10,000 tokens if you're a Starknet user, depending on your eligibility. You get 10,000 for being a Starknet developer. You get another 10 to 180,000 for being an early community member. I'm not sure how that works. And then for non-Web3 developers, you get 111 tokens. Starknet X dApp users, you get 111. And then on Ethereum, if you solo staked before Genesis, that was before the first block of Ethereum went live, you get 3,600 tokens per validator for a maximum of 12 validators. If you're a solo staker after Genesis, but before the merge, you get 1,800 tokens, and that's up to a cap of 12 validators maximum as well. And then protocol guild members, EIP authors, Ethereum developers, and validators in the pool or centralized exchange. So those all people get tokens as well. So Rocket Pool node operators who were validating before the merge and were eligible for 1,800 tokens per validator for a maximum amount of 12 validators there. So those people, got nearly 20,000 tokens, and the price of each Stark token on the perpetual futures market, I don't know how it works, but people are kind of predicting what the price will be, and they think it'll be around $2 per token. So that is basically a really nice 3,600, let's just say 4,000 tokens per validator. So almost between $40,000 or $50,000 per node, up to 12 validators for some of our users, which is absolutely amazing. Now, what I mentioned a problem a second ago. Now let's see what is the problem. So the problem is that the problem starts here. Let me see. Yeah, so the problem is that the address they used for Rocket Pool node operators is not the node wallet, and it's not the withdrawal address. It is the actual mini pool address itself. Now, for those of you who know, the mini pool address is a smart contract, and there's no way for you to sign any message with that. And you can't import that into a wallet either using the smart node keys. Like Ramana here says that they're not EOAs, so you'll never import them into a wallet. So there's no way to assign the transaction. So there's no way that you can claim the Stark tokens by being a Rocket Pool node operator. So this immediately seems like a huge problem, and people can see potentially tens of thousands of dollars sat right there waiting for them, but there's no way for them to claim those tokens. So that sounds pretty bad, right? It sounds really, really bad. So people started talking about it right away. There was a FAQ written where people kept asking the same questions over and over again. So Patches wrote this FAQ. He says, can I claim this airdrop? And he says, no, as it stands, no, you can't, but maybe Starknet will fix it. Fix what? It says the eligible address is your mini pool contract, which cannot sign messages or transactions to claim the airdrop. And it says, how can this be fixed? Nobody in the server can do anything to fix it. Starknet are the ones who have to fix it. Well-known community members are trying to get in touch with them. So that is, how things developed quite quickly, because there's huge limitations to what you will be able to do. You won't be able to claim your airdrop, and it's potentially tens of thousands of dollars. So yeah. But anyway, very quickly, right after that, Jasper said that he has contact has been achieved with members from the Stark team, and a Telegram chat has been made where they were going to try to figure out what the best way to get the Stark tokens to those people is. And then Fizz was saying that, hey, Starknet friends, like Rocket Pool mini pool operators are some of the most aligned stakers in the entire world. Their Stark allocations went to smart contract addresses. Could they be reallocated to a retrieval address like their Rocket Pool node wallet? So Fizz was already putting out the good word there as well. Jasper, of course, already was communicating with people at that time. And then very quickly, he said, Stark will be resolved. I have assurances. The teams are meeting tomorrow. So this is a really great thing that's happened. And, the idea is that this will be fixed. And I don't know how the fix is going to look yet. I don't think we've had any information about what the fix is going to look like, but the idea is that, people are talking. There will be a meeting that's taking place on a Thursday between people of the Starknet team and I believe people in the Rocket Pool team. Supposedly there will be NDA agreements, that's non-disclosure NDAs, non-disclosure agreements signed that will make the content of that meeting, of course, be something that, if you break the secrecy of it, you can get sued, or yeah, it's really bad. But the idea is that, this will be fixed and people are working on it to fix it, which is really cool. So then we got an update here. There's another bot command that the Rocket Watch bot put up this message. This is from Invis saying, Starknet and Rocket Pool are diligently working towards resolving issues related to the airdrop. To avoid redundancy and unnecessarily workload in the Starknet server, we kindly ask that you refrain from raising this topic in the Starknet Discord server. We appreciate your cooperation and understanding. So this is a message that has been pinned, and it will be removed. If needed, but that's where we stand right now. So please keep that in mind. This is a problem that people are working on it. This is a problem that people are hoping will get solved and are quite, hopeful that it will get solved. So there's no need for you to be blasting Starknet on Twitter or Farcaster or in their Discord server or anything like that. Just be chill, be patient. And, the tokens are not tradable at the moment anyway. They're going to be tradable on the 20th. So they've got a few days to fix it. And hopefully, the indications are strong that it will be fixed by that point. So just be chill. There's no need to worry. You can run your, mini pool addresses in the Starknet provisions to see how many tokens you're eligible for. And people, many people in the community are eligible up to 12 wallets. 12 validators, 12 mini pools. and some of them might even be on multiple nodes. So if there's a person who is running multiple nodes, then congratulations, you might have a super duper boosted Starknet airdrop, which is pretty cool. Let's see what's here as well. So some people saw that there was a few lists flying around of node operators, and the list, like there was one that was based on rETH.network and another couple that was sourced from other places, where people were trying to work out who is a solo staker and who is not a solo staker. And what happened is that people who are solo stakers were flagged as people who were not solo stakers on those lists, and because of that they didn't get the Starknet airdrop. And Jasper was saying that the Starknet team are aware of this, and they will be setting up some kind of a proof system that people will be able to use to prove that they are actually solo stakers, and they'll be able to claim those tokens using that proof system. So I'm not sure what the proof will look like. Val was joking, saying, will there be riddles? Jasper said, not the fun kind, but kind of, yeah. So it might be that they'll have to sign messages from their wallet, from their node wallet, proving that is their node, and then proving that they are a solo staker and kind of presenting evidence about that. I'm not sure what that's going to look like, but again, if you're in that situation where you have validators but your addresses aren't showing up on the provisions website, then just sit tight and wait for more information to come. And then this is just Jasper telling people, like, stop going to the Starknet Discord to ask about Rocket Pool, because we're already kind of inundating them with that. Patches kind of had a practical joke on my behalf, at my expense. So as you all know, I got a GitHub account a few months ago, and Patches kind of helped me make my first commits. And Patches then made this fake Starknet provisions website screenshot saying that I got an allocation of 32,000 tokens, which I did not get an allocation of 32,000 tokens. So people just like, whoa, like that's yeah. But then Patches says, no, the picture is a joke. So I actually was pretty sure that I didn't get this, so I didn't fall for it. But thankfully, but thanks, Patches. Thanks for that. Anyway, about the provisions website, of course, as most airdrop websites are nowadays, it is geo-locked to not work in the USA. So this morning I went to Sweden to check my eligibility for the airdrop, and Sweden, from Sweden everything was good. So if you are in the USA, maybe you can jump on some kind of express service to Europe or elsewhere in the world where you might be eligible for this airdrop. Of course, please remember that the SEC is trying to protect you from these airdrops. That is why most services will geo restrict you. So keep that in mind. But if you do want to jump on an express trip to Europe or elsewhere, you can ask around in trading, and people will tell you what their best services are to get you to Europe. That's all I'll say there. Okay, so now we've talked about all the good stuff and the potentially not so good stuff. Well, this is the downright scary stuff. So Wo shared a screenshot of someone from ETH Finance, and here this is Crypto Buddy saying, I'm very afraid to ask, but did I fall victim to a scam and drain my ETH thinking it's a Stark airdrop whitelisting? It's a significant amount for me. Be careful, guys. It appeared quite legitimate with the name Starknet Foundation with 4,800 comments and 8.3 thousand likes, and I signed the contract and lost my Ethereum. I feel so naive for doing this, posting this so it doesn't happen to you. Feeling bad to fall for this, though I'm in this space for over 6 years. It sucks. Is there any way to get this back? And sadly, it's extremely unlikely that Crypto Buddy will be getting his Ethereum back. He shared the transaction hash, the Etherscan address, and I didn't click it, but it's most likely going to a phishing contract or a scam contract. So this is absolutely rife right now on Twitter. So here Scuba Steve says it's the first one when you look on Twitter, and it's literally it says that it's Starknet Foundation, but the address is actually Rotana Exploring, and they've even got a yellow a yellow tick mark, which adds a level of authenticity from the Twitter side, which is absolute garbage. And they're saying that go to this website to get approved the whitelisting, and of course there is no whitelisting, and this is disastrous. So please be super careful of the contracts that you're interacting with, especially on social media like Twitter. Twitter is absolute dumpster fire, garbage, shit show for these scams right now. So every single link you see, please double, quadruple, sextuple check it. Like, you sign it once and you can lose everything. That's the level at which you need to be considering here. So any amount of confidence you have, think, is that confidence enough for you to warrant losing everything in your wallet? So please be careful, please be aware of that. This is going to be rife for the next few days. This is like the scam of choice right now, and this is really bad. So if you can avoid it, please take just a few minutes to confirm something before you sign anything at all, because they will get you and they will take everything you have, and there'll be no way for you to get it back. So I know that sounds horrible, but literally people have fallen victim to this already today, and they're going to carry on falling victim to this. So yeah, please don't make it so you're not one of those victims. Okay, moving on from the Starknet stuff, here we have a whole bunch of transactions coming through from the ODAO, and these are a bunch of ODAO members. And let's just click on the rocket scientist transaction here. And what this transaction is telling you is that today is the rewards night, and the new ratio has been locked in. And the new ratio has been locked in at, wait, there's a way for me to see this. I've forgotten how to check, but the ratio is locked in at 0.01114, I think. Actually, let me just use it here because let me just go here because a guy is the best at this sneaky. And there, here it is. The ratio is 0.011195. So if that's your break-even point, now you know what you need to do to add more RPL to your wallet today before you claim your rewards, to make sure that you're eligible for rewards. If you're below 10% at that ratio, then you'll have to top up, and if you're above 10% at that ratio, then you're good to go. So check out that information before you add any RPL to your account, just to make sure that you're getting the right amount added, and that you are not going to have to do 2 transactions to add even more RPL afterwards, or sadly miss out on rewards if you add what you think is enough but it isn't enough, and then the snapshot shows that you don't have enough RPL. Okay, we got a couple of posts here from tetranome.eth, and Tetranome works for the Bankless DAO. The GMC funded the Bankless DAO a few months ago to make an education course about staking with Rocket Pool using rETH, and this is now available for beta testing. So Tetranome says, we're ready for our beta launch today. What would you recommend getting this into the Rocket Pool community's hands for testing? So they made a forum post that you can have a look at, and this has all the information that you need. So let's see what they say. They say, hello Rocket Pool community, as part of Bankless Academy's round 6 commitment to Rocket Pool, we're releasing the beta version of the staking on Ethereum lesson for community testing. You can take the lesson with early concept illustrations and claim your badge here. And then there's a link where you can go to take the lesson. It says we're looking for feedback over the next 48 hours so that you can polish things up, catch any mistakes, finalize illustrations, and get ready for next week's official launch. You can share general thoughts in here or in the thread. In the thread, or more specific feedback, you could jump into the lesson's notional document by connecting your wallet and hitting suggest changes. I look forward to hearing from you. We're relying on you, the most informed on the topic of staking at Rocket Pool, to help with any pre-launch adjustments. So please go have a look at their lesson and see if there's any issues and let them know about that. The website's actually looking quite nice. I like the animations. And then there's a link here that says this is, I guess, the POAP that you can get for finishing it. I think it's a POAP. Yeah, I can't even. But badges are non-tradable NFTs that serve as proof of achievement. So I'm not sure if you can mint them for free after you've answered all the questions correctly and validated the lesson quest. I'm not sure if that is a POAP or not, but it says non-transferable and POAPs are transferable. But if you press start lesson, it'll give you a warning saying that DeFi is risky. You can lose everything you put in. Please be aware of that. And then you have to press I agree. And then you can go through this. So it tells you what the lessons are, what the information is. It gives you all the information about staking and how staking works. And this is the lesson. So you get through knowledge correct. So how does staking prevent fraud on Ethereum? And it says by granting validated nodes power over others, by creating non-existent crypto for certain people, by generating decentralized agreement. That is the correct answer. And then you can carry on reading, blah, blah, blah. This is true or false. Validated nodes caught processing fraudulent transactions will receive penalties. That's true. They can get slashed. And then you go on, and then there's got information there, and you can get all the information. And then they mention, then says what term represents the computer approving Ethereum transactions. That is a validator node. And this is, I'm not even reading it, I'm just literally answering the questions. It just tells you how much of an expert I am. So this is a section now when they have information about solo staking or staking pools or centralized exchange staking. And this is, I guess, the part where they mention rETH. This is what would happen if a single entity controlled a majority of staked Ether. They could approve fraudulent transactions that control all validated nodes. Ethereum would stop processing transactions altogether. So if there was a super majority of a bad one, they could do, no, not all of those. They could approve fraudulent transactions apparently. Okay, I see. This is what I need. I need to pay more attention to this instead of doing it right on the episode live. Which entity hosts the staking pool? The node operator, the remaining staking participants, or the staking provider? I think the node operator. No, okay, I'm not reading the staking provider. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Okay, this is the section now with rETH, which is the LST staking liquid staking tokens. So you can have a look over here, and let's see. Supporting new node operators helps to decentralize Ethereum. That's true. Okay, and then that's it. If I connect my wallet, then I can, I guess, get the lesson to get the thing. So I'm going to avoid that. I'm going to go and pay more attention to this later, make sure everything's working properly. I just want to run it through with you all and yeah, let you know what's going on there. So please go and test it, give them feedback, because hopefully, potentially thousands of people will be taking this quest, and hopefully some of them will end up minting some rETH because of it. Okay, next we've got some news of a DeFi integration here, and this is with Strike Finance. So Strike Finance is saying they're introducing a new liquid staking token to their platform, and that is rETH. So rETH is now officially live on Strike Finance. This thanks to our partners at Rocket Pool. You can now explore innovative strategies with this fantastic new ETH LSD. And you can go and have a look at Strike Finance to see what they're doing and how they're working with Rocket Pool's rETH there. Of course, I've never used Strike Finance before. I've not received any money from Strike Finance for mentioning them here. So please proceed at your own risk. Like our friends at Bankless like to say, DeFi is risky. You can lose what you put in. So please be aware of that and take the precautions that you need before interacting with Strike. Okay, next we have this story that I kind of covered a little bit yesterday about a person who Patches thought was taking control of node keys. So Patches here says, this is what happened. From memory, someone came in claiming they had a mnemonic to a node and needed to know if they could withdraw it, even though the withdrawal address was Rocket Mini Pool Base. This is upon being asked to run commands, they demonstrated that they had absolutely no knowledge of how Rocket Pool works. It was pretty evident that weren't actually a node operator. We strongly suspected they had fished someone else's keys. Halulo managed to trick them into giving the node address. We refused to help them and are trying to find the actual node operator. They can also become incredibly belligerent. They also became incredibly belligerent on being accused, which is usually a confirmation. So sadly, we had a really unfortunate update to that story where Patches posted this morning saying an hour and 6 minutes ago, the possibly scammed guy moved 17 ETH to Coinbase, and an hour and 43 minutes ago, the node wallet appears to have been drained. So sadly, it looks like the hackers figured out how to get the ETH of that wallet. Now, this is something I didn't cover in the rest of this episode because Patches asked me not to, but the reason why this wallet was drained, this node operator did not set up a withdrawal address on their node. Now that is incredibly, I'm sorry to say this, I know the person just lost 17 ETH, but that's a really, really stupid thing to do. It's the most fundamental security procedure that you can put on your node, and once that procedure is put up on your node, it becomes impossible, I think, to steal the ETH or RPL from that wallet without from the node wallet without having access to the withdrawal wallet. And this is just one of those examples where, you know, the node operator took bad steps, and Patches says that, well, no, that doesn't matter. That's besides the point. But basically, like, please be careful with how you're securing your node keys, and please set up a withdrawal address to your node that is not node itself. That is a really bad idea. And like in a situation like this, if this person had a withdrawal address set up, even though their node keys had been compromised, the worst that person could have done was slash them, nothing else, because they couldn't actually do anything with their ETH or RPL. So please be careful about that and don't be in that situation yourself. Okay, next we are talking about the new treasury report that Vaka here posted. So this is treasury report from January 18th through February 15th. So it says this period the pDAO received 5,328 RPL from inflation. The pDAO's balance is now 82,807 RPL. The GMC and IMC disbursements have not been made at the time of this post. I pinged the team on governance. The GMC is due 3,703 RPL, while the IMC is due 9,031 RPL. So that is going as it's supposed to, which is pretty cool. And you know, the GMC and the IMC are using those funds for good purposes and giving money out there to the community and to protocols that are incentivizing rETH. Okay, next we have this update from Atomic Wallet and Atomic Whale. Atomic Whale was a node operator who was trying to get a rocket pool to work in China, and here has an update saying a follow-up on the experiment running a node in China behind the Great Firewall. It says, I've concluded the experiment. It was an interesting experience. It was ran on the VPS on Aliyun, which is version 2V CPUs, 16 gig with 100 gigabyte SSDs. This is costing several hundreds of CNY. I guess that's some kind of currency. The performance is not great, especially IOPS, but it did the job. It says, see the validator I ran here. This is a Haneshki validator. It says, please ignore the Peteris misattestations. It was mostly me switching clients, account running out of balance, etc. He says, final observations are finding peers is slower, even with open ports. The performance was worse of average when it was running smoothly, and connections were more unstable, both when SSHing and peering. He says, I've summarized my tips and tricks here. So there's a GitHub link that you can go and read if you want. He says, I'm working on the Chinese version with the help from my friend. It should be available in a few days. So if you are interested in getting a rocket pool validator working in China, then this might be a good starting point for you to get the information that you need. Okay, next we had a member of our community leave a few days ago. Snow left, and people were kind of upset about Snow leaving, and they were wondering what had happened, and no one was able to get in touch with Snow. But yesterday Snow came back, so everyone was really happy about that, and they were happy that he's returned. So welcome back, Snow. And Val, you know, shared so many hearts, and then even Bossy asked, is this a pump catalyst? And RPL's gone up 10% since then, so potentially yes. And then I told Patches that he's back, and he said that he's never going to ask for Snow to be banned ever again. So that was really nice. Okay, next, some more nice news here. Peteris today shared news that he is resigning. This is in the leaving 9-to-5 job. So he is quitting his job. He's starting to work his 3-month notice, and hopefully the bull market will treat him really well and means that he never has to go back to a 9-to-5 job ever again. But shout out to Peteris for being a very loyal watcher of Rocket Fuel, which is absolutely wonderful, but also for taking this step to leave his 9-to-5 job. And I wish him the best of luck with what comes next for him. He did share a few details in the 9-to-5 thread. If you're curious, you can go and read them and pass along your kind congrats and remarks about that. Okay, next we've got news of this new service that has started from Samsung. I don't know how to pronounce that. I know that I did a really bad job of that, but Sam CZ Sun, and this person is a very well-known white hat hacker type who helps Web3 protocols kind of figure out who had hacked them or what's going on with their services. And it says, I'm back. Did you miss me? I have some huge news. Over the last 1.5 years, I've been working on something big in secret with the rest of the crypto security community. Today, we're finally ready to reveal ourselves to the world. We are Seal Org, Now, what is seal.org? So it says it started with a Nomad hack. The war room was stressful. The security community collectively looked back and wondered, how did we get to a point where random people felt comfortable stealing money from the bridge, but white hats felt it was too risky to intervene? And then that was kind of the beginning of the discussion. And Samson here kind of goes on and gives information saying that Seal 911, it just says that there's a Telegram channel. You go there, you say, I just got hacked. Who can I get to get help? So it says previously, if you didn't have a trusted security researcher on speed dial, you were out of luck. Now the entire Seal 911 team is simply a Telegram message away, which is really cool. And it says, it's our initiative to provide free red team exercises and security training for protocols in order to prepare them for the worst case scenarios. Since its inception, we've already conducted exercises for Compound, Yearn, and Aave. Those are some of the biggest names in DeFi, so they're taking it really seriously. So here's the service. There's information about it, and the reason why I'm mentioning it because actually Jasper reached out to Seal 911 when the Rocket Pool Twitter account was hacked and compromised. So that was the connection to Rocket Pool. But that's a really cool service. So if you ever need to reach out to those people, you're welcome to do that now. Okay, this is something that actually made me really happy today. So as you all know, gas has been expensive recently. Well, one of the side effects of gas being expensive is that we have hit a new low on the ultrasound.money website. So since the merge, we have had 358,000 ETH that has been burned, and this is an all-time high, and that is in total net burned. The total amount that's actually been burned is 1.4 million, but in that time we've also had just over a million be issued as well. So the net burn is about 360,000 ETH, which is an all-time high, which is really awesome. Okay, I'm going to finish today's episode with some news about Lido. So here there's an article from CoinDesk saying crypto custodian Taurus enlists Lido to bring liquid Ethereum staking to Swiss banks. So this is actually something that I saw that was really disappointing, and it's a shame that Lido have a huge reputation in the community as being like the biggest liquid staking token. So these Swiss banks are now going to have access to staking on Ethereum through Lido. And it says Taurus, which counts Deutsche Bank and Santander as partners, expects European jurisdictions to follow Switzerland's example. So they think that these are going to follow to other countries. But here, Swiss-based FINMA-regulated banks can now offer liquid staking via Taurus and Lido. Taurus is working with Deutsche Bank and Santander, and Lido's liquid staking token fits well with Swiss regulators FINMA recent guidance on Ethereum staking. So, like I said, this is hugely disappointing. I really wish that they had chosen a more decentralized option, but Lido is still one of the few services that can really absorb those huge amounts of ETH, and sadly, we need other services to catch up that just aren't there yet. Hopefully, Rocket Pool will be there within the next year, but at the moment, we're not there. So that's everything for today's episode. I know that it was kind of a jam-packed episode, and we covered a whole lot of stuff. Congratulations on your newfound wealth, more wealth. If you got the Starknet token airdrop, for being a Rocket Pool validator, please use that money to buy more RPL. That's not financial advice, but I did tell the community that I will use the money that I got to buy more RPL. So hopefully there'll be a few other people in my position doing that as well. But thank you all for watching, listening, and being part of the Rocket Fuel community. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, and dream of all the money that you can spend with those tokens. So on that note, thanks. Bye.